Friday, February 19th. Raised up from the dust. 1 Samuel chapter 2, verses 1 to 10. There is no holy one like the Lord, no one besides you. There is no rock like our God. Hannah sings of the great reversal that comes as a gift from God, promised and yet unexpected. Hannah prayed fervently, pouring out her heart, so much so that Eli the priest thought her drunk, confronted her for inappropriate behavior in worship. Hannah holds nothing back from the priest, telling him she has been speaking out of my great anxiety and vexation all of this time. Eli, moved by her pain, tells her to go in peace, adding his hope that the Lord will grant her her prayer for a child. God does indeed grant her petition. Samuel is born, and then Hannah prays this song to the Lord. Hannah prayed in her grief, and she prayed in her joy. Her prayer of anxiety and vexation focused on her own suffering, but this prayer of praise includes all who suffer. The feeble, the poor, the needy, all of them, God will raise up from the dust and make sit with princes in seats of honor. No one will be left in the ash heap. Hannah's mourning turned to dancing. Encourage anyone still desperate or destitute to keep hope. God will not forget you or leave you brokenhearted. When we are in the ash heap, looking up and around is almost impossible. All we can do is get through the day the best we can. Doing so uses all our emotional resources with nothing left over. But when we start to feel our burdens lifted, when God raises us from the dust, we begin to notice the pain of the world. Our season of suffering grants us hard-won empathy that expands not only our prayers, but our actions as well. We know we are unable to fully rejoice in our great reversal until everyone has experienced the relief from sorrow too. Reaching back to help raise others from the dust becomes the unexpected ministry of unwanted days in the ash heap. Countless times I have witnessed Hannah's long enacted in community. Countless times I have witnessed Hannah's song enacted in the community. The cancer survivor walking alongside the newly diagnosed. The person now sober for 20 years, sponsoring a neighbor who is anxiously attending AA for the first time. One woman I know works tirelessly on suicide prevention because she knows the unspeakable pain of burying her child who took his own life. Even when we've been raised from the dust, there are ashes that still cling closely, and we cannot forget those still mired in them. Hannah's song gets sung again and again when those who have been raised from the dust don't forget what it's like to be consumed with anxiety, perplexity, and covered in ashes. Hannah's prayer of praise gets mixed with the prayers of the suffering, bolstered by Eli's work of peace, and lifted from the dust when in our gratitude for relief, we come alongside the others until they are lifted up too. Reflections for today. Read each verse of 1 Samuel chapter 2, verses 1 to 10. Read it out loud and notice which verse or verses stand out to you. Use that verse as a breath prayer throughout the day. Make note of any observations or insights that the breath prayer calls forth. Must this great reversal entail both the bringing up of some and the taking down of others? Why or why not? Today's prayer. God of great reversals, you bring transformation, relief, peace, and joy in ways and at times that are utterly unexpected. When we find ourselves in the ash heap, grant us your peace. Assure us of your promises. Give us a glimpse of hope to sustain us. After we have been raised up from the dust, never let us forget what it was like to be so down. Use our remembering to reach back and help others, to sit beside them until they too know the grace of your transforming life. Amen.